Today on the menu, we are having Swiss cheese sliders. So make sure you stick around for this super easy and very delicious recipe. So take a quick look at the ingredients that you need for this recipe. This is so simple, very easy to make, and super delicious, might I add. So check my description box below for the ingredient measurements. So first, let's form our hamburger patties. This is so easy. If you've ever worked with ground beef before, then you know that you never want to overwork the meat, because then it will kind of alter the texture of your hamburgers and make them more tough and all of that stuff. So you just want to take a small ball, just like I did, and form that into a patty. And then I like to press down into the center of the patty, and this is just going to help it to lay flat as it cooks. So this was 1.5 pounds of ground beef. You should be able to make 12 patties from 1.5 pounds of ground beef. So if you're not able to get that 12, you might want to resize those patties, okay? Because we want them to be small, just like this here. So now I'm going to season this with seasoned salt and black pepper. That's all I need. You can season yours however you like, does not matter. Just make sure you only season one side. So I'm going to use my cast iron griddle because I'm trying to get it all done in one shebang, okay? So I'm going to place all 12 patties on top. If you don't have a griddle, don't worry about it, although it will make the job quicker and easier. But if, like I said, if you don't have it, then just use what you have. And you want to try and fit all of the patties onto the griddle. If you do have a griddle, make sure you get them all to fit, just like I did. So I have these cooking on medium-high heat, and you only want to let your patties cook for 3 minutes per side. Just before you flip them, you want to season them again. So I'm going in with my seasoned salt and my black pepper, and I'm going to give them a nice good flip. So I'm going to go in and season the other patties, flip them over, and once these are done, go ahead and remove them from the skillet. So now we're going to assemble the sliders. You want to remove the top layer of the burger buns. And if you don't have small slider buns, you can use Hawaiian Rolls for this recipe. So I'm just going to spread some mayo on the bottom half of the buns. And I decided to only do 6 of the slider buns with mayo and the other side without. But really, you can top this off however you like. Now, I noticed that with the mayo, the burgers were very juicy. The side without the mayo was really good, but not as juicy. So as you can see, I've added pickles, I've added meat. I'm going to add the Swiss cheese. I'm going to cut this down to small square sizes so that it'll fit on top of the burgers. And then I'm going to add the top layer of the buns. So now you want to brush some butter on top, and to the butter I added garlic salt, a little garlic powder, a small amount of parsley, and you can taste the butter sauce as you combine the garlic salt inside, and make sure that it's, you know, to your liking. Try not to overdo it. If you do use garlic salt, you might only want to sprinkle in a small amount. And so now I'm going to top this off with some sesame seeds, and you want to make sure that your oven is preheated to 350 degrees and pop this inside of there. You're just going to let this bake long enough to allow the cheese to melt, and the buns are going to get nice and toasty. And this is what it should look like once it comes out. So this was 10 minutes later. 10 minutes later, y'all. This was 10 minutes later. These sliders were so good, and so I just had to take a bite. But I'm gonna let you see this little cheese pull here. This was so delicious. So delicious. I can't say that enough. Like, the only way that you'll really know how good these sliders were is if you try the recipe. That's the only way you're gonna know. You have to try the recipe, and I will leave it down below. As I stated earlier, it's in my description box. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give me a like if you did, and I hope to see you in my next one.